Busy this afternoon anyway. Absolutely pouring rain outside. So I've decided I'm going to make myself butternut soup with carrots, a few lentils, and this time I've actually added rice. I usually blend my soup so it's lovely and smooth, but I'm going to make quite a chunky one, and hopefully, fingers crossed I could get maybe 2 bowls put by in the freezer for Christmas. So this is easy peasy lemon squeezy. I've been dying to have this for a few weeks, but because of my condition I thought I would hold off. There's not a lot of lentils in there, it has too much fibre, but that's why I added 3/4 cup of jasmine rice is in there, and I just cooked down the carrots, some garlic and some shredded onions that I had in the freezer. Cooked them off with some ginger, some turmeric to give it a little bit of colour. What else have I put in there? I can't remember. And a little bit of olive oil, and then cooked all that down, added my rice, mixed it about and kept it cooking for about a minute until it blended through, and then added the water. So there we go. Need to show you outside, it's absolutely pouring from the heavens. And what we just popped in the oven, carrot and walnut cake. These 2 wee ones are for me, and I've actually added some raisins into that as well. But instead of making a normal cake, I'm just going to make individual ones, then they can get frozen and I can finish them off at Christmas time, the tops. So in we go. We're going to make a tray of shortbread because somebody's asked me if I could send them some, and then we're going to make another fruit loaf, which again is for the freezer for Christmas. So busy. Here we go, first bit of baking session for today. Let's see if they're ready. And with the oven being electric, then that conked out as well. So here we go. I will definitely need to thin this out, so we will get enough for Christmas. So that's the butternut, just a little butternut, and it's all been roasted, and I've taken it off the skins there and added it in there, so I just need to add some water. So definitely enough for Christmas as well once that's thinned out. So that'll be a starter, I think. So this is easy peasy lemon squeezy. I've been dying to have this for a few weeks, but because of my condition I thought I would hold off. There's not a lot of lentils in there, it has too much fibre, but that's why I added 3/4 cup of jasmine rice is in there, and I just cooked down the carrots, some garlic and some shredded onions that I had in the freezer, and cooked them off with some ginger, some turmeric to give it a little bit of colour. What else have I put in there? I can't remember. And a little bit of olive oil, and then cooked all that down, added my rice, mixed it about and kept it cooking for about a minute until it blended through, and then added the water. So there we go. Need to show you outside, it's absolutely pouring from the heavens. Right, let's have a look. Put the outside light on. Oh, that's why the electricity's went out. I don't know if you can see that. Pick that up, zoom out a wee bit. The wind's got up. So, because of where we live, obviously, basically in the middle of the forest, all these trees and the ones in the forest are going to be hitting power lines or whatever. There we go. Drip. There. Yeah, I just thought I'd finish off by showing you my lovely soup. Lovely and thick. I ended up blending it. Some salt, sodium-free salt, a little bit of pepper, and some croutons. The rest are in the freezer. There we go. That's what we need on this cold day. Freezing. This is last night's baking in the kitchen. This is for Christmas. So we have an apple pie made with homemade short crust. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing, because some of these are gifts and some of these are for hubby, is to vacuum seal them or seal them in these little bags. Now I'll show you what I'm going to do. These all go to the doctors along with his whiskey and the neighbours and who else? The pharmacy. The pharmacy always gets either shortbread or Empire biscuits or whatever it is I fancy making. So there's a load here and I don't want them going soft, so what I'm going to do is pack them all up and I can freeze it. If not, it'll have to be frozen inside the glass dish. Here's my machine here. These are the bags that come in all sorts of sizes of rolls, and you just cut to size, seal the one side, fill it up, and then vacuum seal or just seal the other side, and that's you. You've got them to put in trees of the freezer, and they're going to stay durable and they'll last longer while they're in there. So let's go. I know I say it at every video, but it's absolutely blinking horrendous. But this is another fruit loaf. It's got dates and whatever in it, so it's a little bit darker. And I had a little slice last night, which I'm not meant to, and it's delicious with some butter on it. Right, so let's move my sumptuous apple pie out of the way. And I'm going to bring my little machine over. I know you can't see it perfectly. I'm walking the dogs. Honest to goodness, mate. Serious glove weather this morning. Mighty icy out there. So there we go, as you can see here. That's it sealed at the bottom. And at the moment, which you've just seen a minute ago, I am popping 2 in at a time. Empire biscuits with homemade jam in the middle and a little Smartie on the top. Obviously you cut your bags to size, so I'm thinking, yeah, this will be fine. And then get a little bag and close it up as much as we can, and then you slip it over. Slip it over the top of your little machine and try and close it without it falling out. Like so, press down on both sides. Make sure it clips on both sides there, and then I'm going to do a slight vacuum seal in here, not a lot. That's enough. And then press the end button, and that will seal right along the edges. And then just press the open button, hold it up, and there we go. You see it? Perfectly sealed at the bag. And what I tend to do, you don't have to, but what I tend to do is cut the excess off the top. Now you can actually buy these little sachets that you pop in here to stop everything drying out, going soft, but they don't need it, because they're freshly baked and they're straight into these wee bags. The size of them for slipping in your freezer. Right, I'm going to carry on. We'll try a fruit loaf one. Right, I'll move that out of the way now. Right, let's see. So I'm going to make it a little bit longer. Decide, cut it to size. Bring my wee machine. Oh. Bring the machine back over and seal one end. Click. Yes, I had the serious winter gloves on this morning when I was out with the dogs. They're just in. My fingers are still freezing. There we go, sealed at the top. Gonna get the little scissors just to trim the excess off. Like so, and then we've got a bigger bag. Now I have washed my hands prior to this, so some of this chunky fruit loaf in here. That's all I'm going to take today. There we go. Vacuum packed. Sealed just slightly. Don't want to squash them all. With 3 in them. We'll go to the doctor's along with his whiskey to have. We can have a little bit of fruit loaf along with his wee dram. So that's that one out of the way. Let's get another one on the go. Get some more Empire biscuits, and I'll make this a little bit longer because these ones are to go in the freezer for hubby, as he loves them. Absolutely loves Empire biscuits. Who does not love Empire biscuits? Not very many, but wanting that a little bit lighter, like the bottom is. But never mind, it'll go down a treat in this house. And we're going to get 4 in there, I think. 4 in there. And seal it. I get my pen. First Christmas jumper of the year on. So there we go. There's 4 to go into the freezer, and I'm just going to write who they're to go to, because these ones are Roy's, so I don't get them all mixed up. I'll get back to you when I'm finished. Okay, so here we have it. Up here on the sink, because I've no space, I've just cleaned the worktop behind me. We're going over there in a momento. So that's all the fruit loaf, that's all the Empire biscuits, and I'm just going to freeze my apple tart. I'll put some, what do you call it, bacon parchment over the top, and it's got four coverings of cling film on there, so that's for Christmas and Boxing Day. Right, let's go and get these chilies done. Let's get the glovies on, because if I do jump out and get extra flour and butter for making my, excuse me, my shortbread, I will not, or I do not indeed, want chili fingers for doing my shortbread. So this is the jalapenos, and I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to vacuum pack them, so I'll keep the seeds in. That can go in that tub out the way. An awful lot of things you can be doing with your chilies. You can actually pop one of these in. So just pop the one in itself, take the stalk off, and pop that in when you're doing your cooking, and then take it out at the end, and you won't get it as hot as what it will be if you're adding all these little bombs here. And obviously I'm going to save some seeds. I'm just going to show you these seeds here. These are from the big green pepper that I took out the polytunnel the other day. Oops, dropped some of them, we'll get them in a wee minute. And I am going to add, I just mix them. I'm going to add some of these jalapeno seeds in here as well. Drying them out for next season, for the garden. So there we go, that saves me buying those seeds. And when I made the butternut squash soup, and that saves me buying seeds. And what I also did, when I was making my soup a couple of days ago, I have got some butternut squash seeds. So there's also to be getting. So they have to get rinsed off, dried out, and popped in a little bag. Full of concentration here I am. Right. As you can see here, this is one of my peppers drying out. Going slightly papery but not quite ready. And this is the cayennes as they're drying out. I'm going to take these out the kitchen. Our kitchen is very, very damp, very, very cold. One of the coldest rooms in the house. And possibly dry them off in the living room. And then they'll get grounded down. And here's our witch's fingers, or our cayennes that have turned red. And here's some of the green ones. So I'm going to be cutting them up and bagging them as well, but we'll get on to this first. Right, take these off a minute. I'll be back to you in a minute. I'll take these off and then I'll get the wee bags. Just sealing the top of the bag. I don't seal them, vacuum seal them till they're all squashed down. I just need them sealed so that they're kept, if you know what I mean, and a perfect condition until I want to use them. I'll show you what I mean. This is for, this wee bag's for soup or curries. And you can indeed open these up when you're using them and reseal them. So, see the difference? I don't know if you can see the difference on that there. It's picking it up. Still more room in there, it's slightly baggier, but when you vacuum seal them right, it squeezes everything right in and takes the air out. So that is two. Fabulous little gadget this. And it's for saving space in your freezers as well. And that's left me a lot, as you can see here, a lot of seeds to save for next year. There we go, I'll pop them over with the rest. Right, last but not least here, again I am keeping the seeds in. There we go. These ones are cubed. So look how thin that is to put in the freezer. So vacuum sealed. Excellent. I've also done it with mushrooms. I got a sale buy on mushrooms the other day. It should have been €1.99, so on Teams I think it was. And I picked it up for 89. So on Teams I got that for as well. So that was like a great saving. And I did the same with the mushrooms. I just cleaned them off with some kitchen roll, chopped them all up, and put them in one of the wee bags and sealed them up and got them in the freezer. And I've done it with a big batch of onions as well. I think I get 4 bags of onions out of the bag that came in the sale. I think it was, I don't know, 60 centimes for... It was almost a kilogram bag of onions. So I diced some up and I popped them in the bags, and I chopped some up and then I shredded some so they can be used for different things. Mince and tatties, your soups, your stews, your gravies, all that kind of thing. And the shredded ones are for stir fries. And again, I have vacuum sealed all of them. I didn't need these things, but these things were bought in the sales, so it saves me buying them again. And that's what I intend to do from now on. See if I can pick up all these things in the sales, even though I don't need them. And if they're cheap enough, Alright, you've got to put in the work, you've got to put in a little bit of effort, but then you open your freezer and you go, oh, I've got that, I've got that, I've got that, I've got that, I don't need to buy this, I don't need to buy that. Excellent. Right, I'm going to use this one and I'm going to pop it in here. I'm not drying this one out, I'm just going to pop it in. And I'm just going to put this all in one bag. So, same again. Right, so same again. Take some of the seeds over to that side. And more in there. Right, that'll do now. And again, gloves off till I make a wee bag. Oh, flatten that out a wee bit. There you go. A lovely array. What a beautiful set of colours that's in there. And there we go. That's what we've got done and vacuum sealed. We have the 4 chilies, jalapenos and cayennes, all 4 different things. We have our Christmas dessert ready. We have our fruity apple pie. We have umpteen vacuum sealed bags of a fruit loaf, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags of Empire biscuits, all vacuum packed, all ready to go in the freezer and for gifts. There we go, I'm going to finish this one here. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. Au revoir to the pit. Bye bye.